Is there an invisible force silently acting every second, shaping the reality you live in? Think about it. Could it be that what you feel in secret, what you believe when no one is looking, is exactly what defines what the universe delivers to you? And more, is there anything that, if done right, the universe simply cannot refuse? Imagine that as you struggle, ask, desire, and strive to change your life, there is a path where the effort almost disappears, because at that level, reality bends to your energy. The question that remains is, why does almost no one access this level? Why, even knowing the law of attraction, even knowing the concepts of manifestation, do so many people still live trapped in patterns that seem impossible to break? Today, you'll find out the answer. But beware. What will be revealed here is not just another motivational concept, not a pretty theory for you to forget tomorrow. What you will understand is something that can completely reprogram the way your energy interacts with the invisible field that creates all things. Joe Dispenza calls this stepping into the unknown, a state where your mind stops dwelling on the past and starts creating the future in real time. But there is something even deeper behind it, something that few realize. When you really move into this frequency, the universe has no choice. He needs to answer. If you want the universe to answer your call, you need to understand what you are really sending to it, not with words, not with loose thoughts, but with your state of being. Your personal electromagnetic field, which vibrates 24 hours a day, is your request. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And throughout this video, you will understand how to become the version of yourself that makes the universe bow to your intention. Each revelation here is like a key opening doors that you may not even know existed within you. And the latest revelation, it is the most powerful of all. If you stay until the end, you will realize that a transformation will have already begun without you having to make an effort. Before we move on, I ask you, if you feel that you are ready to finally create a reality aligned with what your heart desires, leave your like now and subscribe to the channel. This way you don't miss out on content that can change your path in a real, conscious, and definitive way. Now, dive with me even deeper, because what is about to be revealed here is something that few dare to explore. Think about this. If everything you've ever wanted is technically available now, why hasn't it manifested yet? The answer is simple and brutal, because you're still sending contradictory signals. You want a full life, but you vibrate anxiety. You want prosperity, but you miss it. He wants love, but carries neediness. The universe just reflects that. It is a quantum mirror, unforgiving but perfectly fair. The good news? There is a turning point. A moment when your entire being aligns in such harmony that reality bends before this coherence. It's not theory, it's pure physics. And when you reach that point, that authentic, powerful alignment, the universe can't say no. It is forced to respond, because at the level of the quantum field, you and reality are the same thing. And it is precisely how to reach this point in a real and practical way that we are going to talk about now. Even if you feel, along this journey, that you want to take an even deeper step in your personal manifestation, I strongly recommend that you click on the link that is in the first pinned comment. It's there that you'll find a more direct way to integrate that power that already exists in you without having to get lost in complicated techniques or wait years for results. But now, turn your attention to what's next. Because the revelation we're about to make can completely redefine how you view your own power to create. Now, stop for a moment and think. How many times have you wished for something with all your might? But deep down, a subtle, almost imperceptible voice said that maybe it was not possible? This silent voice, this micro feeling of doubt, is what prevents manifestation. And this is where many people get lost. Most believe that to manifest is to think positively, to visualize, to affirm desires. But the truth is much deeper and more challenging. You don't manifest what you think. You manifest what you believe is real now, and your body, your emotions, are the most honest channel there is. Joe Dispenza teaches that as long as your body remains stuck in emotions from the past, fear, insecurity, devaluation, it is emitting old signals to the quantum field. You may want a new life, but your body will be asking for it, without words, for everything to stay exactly the same. It's like trying to sail to new destinations while your ship is still tied up in port. The desire is genuine, but the tie is stronger. When you understand this, something inside you changes. You stop fighting life. You stop begging for things to get better. And you start creating from the inside out, as a true conscious co-creator. But there is a point that needs to be faced head-on. You cannot reach this state just by thinking differently. You need to feel different. You need to teach your body a new emotional chemistry. You need to generate within yourself now the emotion of already having what you want, even before any external evidence confirms it. This is what Dispenza calls raising your energy beyond circumstances. And this is where 99% of people give up, because it requires emotional courage. It requires you to be bigger than your fears, bigger than your learned limitations, bigger than your story. You need to become someone who vibrates so intensely at a new frequency that the field can't ignore. Because at the quantum level, what you feel consistently becomes an electromagnetic field around you, directly influencing matter. And when that happens, the universe has no choice. But how to do this in practice without falling into the trap of emotional superficiality? The secret is simple to understand, but profound to apply. You need to enter the state of being of the one who already is, not the one who still hopes to be. It's like you have to reverse the process. Instead of waiting for life to change to feel abundant, you feel abundant for life to change. Instead of waiting for love to arrive to feel loved, you feel love now for it to come to you. Instead of waiting for healing to feel healthy, you feel health pulsing now, even if the physical body has not yet changed. That's the true alchemy of manifestation. You become the frequency before the evidence. And that's when something magical happens. When you consistently vibrate into a new state of being, you move out of the field of probability and into the field of possibility. It is no longer just another mind trying to create to become a mind and a body vibrating together in the present, in tune with what it wants to attract. The universe, which is pure consciousness, responds immediately and inevitably. But here comes a truth that few say: in the beginning your body will resist. He will complain. He will want to go back to the old feelings of scarcity, anxiety, doubt, because he was conditioned to these emotions for years, maybe decades. It is like re-educating an animal that has lived free for a long time. It takes patience, constancy, and above all, presence. Each time you choose to feel the new, even if the old still tries to pull you in, you're breaking the schedule. You will be saying to the universe, I am that now. And the universe, like a faithful mirror, will begin to show this new truth reflected in all areas of your life. If at this moment you feel that you are ready to go beyond these words and start building this new reality faster and deeper, click on the link that is in the first pinned comment. You will understand exactly how to turn your manifestation into something inevitable rather than continuing to live in hope. Now going back. What few realize is that true manifestation does not happen when the desire is fulfilled. It happens when you transform. When you change into the invisible, the visible bends. It is at that moment, and only at that moment, that the universe cannot say no, because it can only give you back what you have already become. Nothing more, nothing less. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to live each day with the certainty that you are the cause, not the effect. That you are shaping now the events that you will find on your way tomorrow, next week, next month. Imagine waking up no longer waiting for signs from outside to feel good. Imagine being your own sign. That is true freedom. It is the release from the illusion that something needs to change first so that you can be happy, fulfilled, prosperous. It is the conscious reversal of the game. It is to leave the chain of linear time and enter the flow of instant creation. But it is important to say this does not happen automatically. You need to train your mind, educate your body, persist when old feelings try to convince you that nothing is changing. The invisible transformation comes before the visible transformation. Therefore, every time you choose to vibrate love instead of fear, every time you choose gratitude instead of scarcity, every time you choose trust instead of doubt, you will be, in fact, creating a new universe for you. It doesn't matter what your physical eyes are still seeing. At the field level, it's already done. It's only a matter of time. And time is relative for those who already feel like they already have it. This is the big turnaround. When you understand and practice this, the entire universe becomes a co-author of your reality. Coincidences multiply. Unexpected opportunities arise. Unlikely connections happen. Not by magic, but because your energy field is ordering everything to organize itself in favor of what you are. That's why when you do that, when you become the energy of your desire before physical manifestation, the universe can't say no. It can only recognize, reflect, and amplify who you have decided to be. And that, in the end, is the key that has always been in his hands. Now think with me. If everything you experience today is the result of your past energy, what could happen if, from this moment on, you started to vibrate differently every day without fail? Would your reality have any choice but to transform? The answer is clear. It would have to change. It would inevitably have to reflect the new being you have decided to be. The great trap that traps so many people is to believe that the universe still needs to be convinced, that it still needs to deserve it, that something is still missing. But the truth is that nothing is missing. Nothing is far away. Nothing is waiting but yourself. Life, the field, the universe are always reacting to what you are and not to what you want in a superficial way. It is the vibration that rules, not the requests. It is authentic emotion that builds, not fragile hope. Joe Dispenza teaches that emotion is the fuel of creation. And this means that if today you decide to feel as if you are already full, abundant, loved, healthy, your field already begins to emit a new energetic signature. A signature so strong that it begins to rearrange particles, situations, encounters, and possibilities in your life. And it's not because you're forcing it. It's because you're being. Because you have finally understood that creating reality is a natural consequence of who you choose to be in the present. Think. How many times have you allowed yourself to be dominated by external circumstances? How many times have you believed that you needed to see in order to believe? What if it were exactly the opposite? What if the real secret was to believe first, feel first, be first, and then see? This is the leap that most do not take. Because it requires real faith, it requires you to sustain the emotion without the evidence. But that's precisely where the miracle happens. It is precisely then that the universe bows before its new vibration. When you do that, when you feel the desired reality with so much presence, with so much truth, with so much intensity, the universe no longer has the option to say no. Because at the quantum level, you already are. And what you already are, it can only be recognized and expanded. Now it is important to say, there will be days when it will be difficult to maintain this vibration. There will be times when the old self will try to come back with force. In those moments, you will have two options. Go back to the old pattern and reinforce the old reality, or consciously choose to hold on to the new emotion, even without immediate evidence. This choice, made over and over again, is what changes everything. It is what redefines your destiny. It is what transforms possibilities into concrete reality. And it doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried before and failed. Every moment is a new opportunity to choose to be who you really want to be. Every breath is a chance to recalibrate your energy. Now imagine, a year from now, you look back and realize that everything has changed. Not because you waited for the world to change first, but because you changed first. Imagine feeling deep in your soul that you are the architect of your life, that you are no longer reacting to circumstances, but consciously creating every detail of your existence. Imagine no longer needing external evidence to feel at peace, in abundance, in love. Imagine being your own source. This is the freedom that few people know. This is the reality that few dare to live. But now you know. Now you have the key. Now everything depends only on one decision. The decision to be now what you want to manifest later. Remember, it's not about waiting for something to change to feel good. It's about feeling good so that everything changes. And every time you come back to doubt, every time the old story tries to impose itself, ask yourself, who am I choosing to be now? Because this silent choice, made in the depths of your consciousness, is what defines everything. If this message touched you in any way, if it provoked in you that spark of remembrance of who you really are, enjoy and leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Thus, you help this message to reach more people who also need to awaken to this power. And remember, the universe is not against you. It never was. He just answers. He just reflects. It only confirms what you feel to be true within you. So choose to feel what you want to see materialized. Choose to live the energy of your dream now, without waiting. Choose to be the cause, not the effect. When you do it for real, the entire universe bows before you, and he can't, absolutely can't, say no.